Welcome to Mark's News and Updates from Engage XR. This is our 240th episode. Since 2018, we've gathered, sorted, and curated all the news we think you'd like to know from the metaverse and the spatial beyond. If you miss a show, check out our YouTube channel for past and present episodes, or come back to Engage XR tomorrow for a spatially recorded repeat here all over again every Saturday. News and Updates is produced by our founder, Mark, and our amazing volunteer News and Updates support team. Join us and you could be part of that family too. Please welcome Karen, Marcia, and Laurel to join me, Steph, at the news desk, your hosts for News and Updates.
Yay!
All right. Hey.
Thanks,
Oh,
Steph.
wow.
I'm so glad we got through all of our technical difficulties, and now we're ready to
Again.
go. I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, guys, for 5 years, News and Updates has been here almost every weekend to bring you the news from across the metaverse. And we've seen the metaverse evolve, haven't we?
Oh, yes, indeed we have. From stick figure avatars to dancing animal avatars, from low poly to photorealistic worlds, we've seen and done it all.
Oh, maybe not. Oh.
Yeah, we've still yet to see some stuff. And you know what? Everyone? And through it all, one thing has never changed for us. That is the relationships we've built and survived over the years with people from across the globe. That is the true magic of the metaverse.
Mm-hmm. So it's time to bring you some news from around the world and through the metaverse that binds us together.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the
Okay, we're going to
world
start.
news.
Yes, we're going to start with some world news. So last week, we talked about 2 world records broken for high temperatures on the planet. This past week, we've had unprecedented continued heat and flooding in New England, Japan, and China. Dust from the Sahara Desert in northern Africa and the Middle East is sweeping east across the Atlantic and causing air quality issues in Georgia and Florida.
And I might add here that right now it's 123 on my patio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I will send, and I'll put that picture
you
in
need to-
Discord.
But you also need to tell them where you are.
Oh, I'm in Las Vegas. So we're in the desert. But even Death Valley, they announced today, is reaching record temperatures in Death Valley.
Wow.
So anyway, the smoke, oh my goodness, the smoke from Canada continues to make its way around the planet as well, influencing air quality and weather in Scandinavia and Europe. The weather-related natural disasters will continue, so please stay cool and be safe.
Mm-hmm. Jeez.
No kidding.
Wow.
Oof. Meanwhile, the entertainment industry is now facing multiple strikes. The Writers and Screen Actors Guilds are both pushing for increased pay to counter rising inflation, shrinking residuals, and the rise of streaming content without compensation. According to Star Trek Picard actor Michelle Hurd, all the TV shows you watch, you see someone like me. We're all journeyman actors. We're the ones who aren't able to make our rent.
Huh. VR and PC game production will not be affected by the strike. But one of the actors' justifiable concerns does involve tech. They are fighting management for the right to own their own digital assets, their own likenesses in this new age of artificial intelligence.
Now, actors want to know what authors and other creatives all want to know. How do you protect what's yours? How do you generate a livable income now and into the future with your work? And they also want to ensure that their performances will continue to be their own. AI has an impact on this without a doubt. But these are the basic tenets that they want. They want fair pay for fair work, and they want that protection because their work, I mean, look at y'all can tune in Lucy at any time right now on streaming, The Lucy Show. And none of those actors, all of the staff, none of them make a dime off of it except for the producers. The actors
Mm-hmm.
didn't even make residuals, but they were the producers.
Wow.
But still, the little kid they had, the actor who played, he hasn't made a dime off of that show. And now, 50 years later,
Oh,
it's still showing. All they want is fair. And so
Mhm.
I'm with
yeah.
them. I'm with them.
Yeah,
No
I
kidding.
agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amazon's Christmas and July Prime Day deals were July 11th and 12th. Did you pick up some VR goodies? What about the other stores? There were sales on Steam, Meta Games, Valve Games, and more VR stores. While the savings weren't as good as we've seen in the past, hey, any money saved is money saved. We'd love to hear about your purchases after the show during our open discussion. Now on to the metaverse news.
Okay, now Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Boy, oh boy, this has been dragging on. It continues to make headlines. Right now, we aren't certain of anything, as a U.S. federal judge has dismissed the FTC's request to halt the deal. So the judge says they don't see any issues with extreme competition or monopoly. It can go
Really?
forward.
What?
Mm-hmm.
While the two companies are happy, we're still not sure what the U.S. Federal Trade Commission and the U.K. government, along with other countries sticking their hand in, are going to do to let this deal go through or stop it. There are nearly $1 trillion at stake, and we're still watching.
You know, we shared some global VR statistics with you a few weeks ago, and we found some more. Here they are.
The global VR market size is expected to reach $62.1 billion by 2027, growing at a compound annual growth rate of 21.6%.
Wow.
The global VR headset shipments are projected to grow from 5.5 million units in 2018 to 68.7 million units by this year, which it has, and that is representation of a compound annual growth rate of 66.7%. That's
Close enough.
pretty
Whoa.
significant.
Very
66.7%.
Yes, it
significant.
is.
Yeah, considering it's still new tech.
Mhm.
Yes. You know, the global VR gaming market size is estimated to reach 45.2 billion by 2027, accounting for 72.8% of the total VR market.
And the U.S. is the largest VR market in the world, with a revenue of $6.4 billion in 2019, followed by China, $4.1 billion, and Japan at $1.8 billion.
There is no doubt that the metaverse and VR is growing. Maybe not as fast as we would like, but it is expanding its reach and impact globally.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. When we look across the recent spectrum of news, we are finding that the metaverse is changing lives and industries around the world by enabling new ways of conducting research, collaborating, communicating, and learning.
For example, the metaverse allows researchers to create and explore realistic simulations of natural phenomena, such as climate change, earthquakes, or epidemics.
It enables researchers to collaborate across disciplines, locations, and institutions, and share data, resources, and ideas in real time and improve their communication skills.
Sure, there are challenges with metaverse access and the VR headsets,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just a manufacturing issue. As they improve, our access and abilities will improve.
Mhm.
Yay. Can't
Agreed.
wait. Can't wait. Now, research from Cornell University published in Science Daily reported on a study, I'm so excited about this, about the impact of the metaverse on global warming. Their conclusions, the metaverse could make a serious reduction in climate change and global warming by saving up to 1.3 billion tons of carbon dioxide emissions by 2030. That's not
Wow.
very far away.
Nice.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, Yeah, the metaverse offers low carbon alternatives to activities such as travel, shopping, entertainment, education, work. You know, we all do this every day in here. You guys are the pioneers. It also enables new form, as we know so well, of social interaction and collaboration that just isn't possible in the physical world.
And you know, the metaverse isn't as heavy of a lift as many would think. More and more people are finding their way into the metaverse, and the metaverse is finding them, like using VR avatars for online conference calls, AR for maps and shopping, and definitely for education and play.
Like television and the internet, the researchers stated it is early days. In fact, the metaverse concept is outpacing the growth of older technologies. Think about it. Television took a couple decades to be adopted by everyone. The research found that they expect greenhouse emissions to be lowered by 10 gigatons by 2050 if the world embraces the metaverse. Let's encourage businesses to agree with them.
Oh, yes. Yeah, talk to your employers.
Yeah, talk to your employers. Speaking of the metaverse coming to everyone, Meta will now allow your Meta avatar to replace you in Messenger and Instagram video calls. Microsoft Mesh brought in the improved AltspaceVR avatars into Microsoft Teams last fall. If you're online conferencing, we'd love to hear from you about your experience.
Roblox, and this is exciting, Roblox is coming to Quest headsets. While there have been some jury-rigged attempts, an official Quest port for Roblox is due out in the next few weeks in the Quest store. The Roblox platform has more than 15 million active experiences and is expected to work well for cross-platform play, allowing you to join family and friends on Xbox Mobile and desktop.
Roblox has been on PC VR headsets for quite a while, but this is the first move to the standalone headsets. We can't wait.
Now, I know there's some Pico fans out there. I really want one. The Pico Lab is the equivalent of the App Lab for Quest. It has opened up recently, and the Pico Lab is ideal for developers as it is much less strict with its approval process. However, right now it only supports free apps, which is good for us, not so good for the developers. Paid apps are in their main store, and they hope to change that soon. With the superior hardware to the Quest 2, it really is. The Pico is selling very well outside of North America. You know, I really wish the U.S. government would get their facts right and allow sales in the U.S., but it's just a waiting game. We just have to wait.
You just have to wait. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in virtual hardware news, we asked last week about how much more news we can take without getting tired of hearing about Apple Vision Pro. Honestly, we thought they'd run out of ideas. Well, guess what? They haven't.
Okay, so this might help by bringing on a lot of rich people and influencers and movie stars and who knows what. So Apple has announced an 18K gold Apple Vision Pro for only $40,000.
Oh, dropping the bucket, I'll get two.
Yeah,
they will build 24 of these extravagant headsets. The cheaper Vision Pro will have a price of $3,000 and will hopefully be released in 2024.
It's a waiting game.
What will they announce next to keep the Apple Vision Pro in the news? The Vision Pro in diamonds? We will continue to be surprised each week by what the Apple marketing team comes up with, so stay tuned.
How about one covered in oil? Because the cost of oil and gas now, why not? You know, I mean,
or copper even.
And do you notice the prototype of this is that it has a hood to cover the lens must be made of diamonds. You know, the outside is gold, but now it has a cover hood on that. I haven't seen that in any of the other Vision Pros.
Makes it look like something out of, I don't know.
It looks
Marvel
like a
comics?
welding helmet. Come on, it looks like a
Oh,
welding
okay, that's
glasses.
it.
I don't know.
A
Really, that's
solid
kind of
gold
pretty.
welding helmet.
I don't know. We'll see. But what are the other headsets that we need to look out for in 2023? Most of you know these, but we've seen already the release of PlayStation VR 2, and that's selling like hotcakes. We're eagerly awaiting for the Quest 3 to come out this fall, and news is out that the Value Index 2 will be out this fall. Now, I want to know how many of you are planning on buying a Quest 3? Come on, give us some emojis. How many are getting ready? I know. Many of us are getting ready for the Quest 3. Yeah. So, and unfortunately, I'm on that list. I want to get a Pico. Yeah, I would rather have the Pico. But anyway, news is out that the Valve Index 2 will also likely be out this fall. But like the Samsung headset, there are rumors they may hold back, not only due to supply chain issues, but also because of the Apple headset. Everybody wants to see what that is so they can compete. I don't know. The Big Screen Beyond VR headset is shipping for those into watching movies in VR. I'm not sure how good it is for anything else. What I've heard is that people are getting sick when they're trying to do anything other than a movie, so we'll see. It's such a wide field of view. The HTC Vive Focus 3 is out, and it is pretty dang sweet, but it is designed for business and education. It's expensive, but it's really nice.
Shipping orders for the Pimax Portal View was delayed due to the supply chain issues. Have you seen this? The Pimax Portal is a handheld 4K QLED
cool.
gaming system like the Steam Deck by Valve. But this one is modular, switching quickly from game device to television to VR headset. How does that work?
Yeah.
Well, the ends come off and it slips into a VR headset so you can play flat and VR games on the same device and even cast to your TV. It works just like the Samsung Gear and Google Cardboard with a ton more power through the modular hand controllers. It's an all-in-one gaming system. We're eager to hear from early users how all that works.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. I think there's great potential there, especially
I'm curious
for
at
gamers.
least. I mean, Quest 2 was designed to be upgraded by software. Very clever. Version 56 update continues that promise with a new swipe keyboard to hopefully improve typing for those who enjoy swipe on their phones. New experimental features include local dimming and improved Wi-Fi panel options.
Oh, let me see. Let me swipe this up on my phone. We've heard from many of you. Well, this is a swipe move. We've heard from many of you that the recent update brought better visuals, right? They've introduced super resolution features to improve the upscaling method for screen display resolution rendering. Have you noticed the difference?
I have.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. That's nice they can do that.
The VR headset market is shifting as the purchase of new headsets is slowing as people are waiting for the next big thing out this fall or whenever Apple releases theirs. So tech companies are exploring new ways to grow the headset market. Some are moving into the fitness industry.
Seeking to broaden their customer base, makers of virtual reality headsets are moving away from gaming, with many experimenting with fitness. It makes sense to us, right? Fitness apps and tools are of special interest to women and older users, and VR is a perfect fit. Tech firms hope that sweaty workouts can sell women on VR headsets and create loyal customers who use the devices regularly. I know Margie Diamond, every day she'd get on her Peloton bike and use her headset.
Well, hey. I resemble that demographic.
Yeah, well, so do I.
Okay, don't we all?
Yeah.
We do hope that maybe many of you are teaming up with friends in VR on the multiplayer versions of like Beat Saber and other apps. We know the VR cadets are working on a new exercise and getting healthy planned. So if you are interested in joining them, check with Karen, Lance, or Mark after the show.
Yeah, it involves cooking healthy food.
And
how many of you
working out together?
Yes.
There's going to be some workout sessions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're on a healthy
kick
off.
here.
Slice and dice the waistline.
There you go. So how many of you are still on a traditional cable model? How many of you are on 5G modems? More and more people are turning to 5G modems as they are faster, mobile, and cheaper than cable and fiber optic. They also cost less to install through cities and communities.
And cable companies are getting really nervous about this.
I
Still,
think so.
Yeah.
once the net gets to your house gets in the way of the net, right? I mean, it's always that way. You
Mhm.
always have.
Mhm.
Yeah, a
Yep.
friend of mine, she has super powerful fiber optic cable. She's got a little tiny house, and the 2 back bedrooms get no internet. And I don't understand why. There's like
Wow.
nothing. The house
the-
is getting in the way of the net. There's something
Yeah,
in the walls.
the metal
Pipes,
in the walls or
plumbing.
something.
Something's getting in the way.
Uh-huh.
And so now researchers from Princeton have created a thin film called, I'm not sure if it's wave or wave. I'm in charge of naming things better.
Wow.
Yeah, when installed in a window, it brings signals from the outdoor transmitters indoors, and installed within your rooms, it brings the signals from those outdoor transmitters indoors and improves your home and office Wi-Fi speeds and connectivity by literally steering the signals where they're needed, and then they amplify them going around the refrigerators and other obstacles in the wall. Very cool.
Neat.
Wow.
Oh, you know, a neighbor down the street just built a house and they used all aluminum studs. I'm wondering
Ooh.
if that.
Ooh.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
But I have
Yeah.
5G modem and I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So they hope to reduce the costs. It might even replace mesh units some people are using to cover larger homes. Initial reports find that it can improve bandwidths 5 to 10 times greater than the current maximum.
Wow.
Nice.
This
amazing.
will truly change the VR AR experience, and I am
Ah,
experiencing
yeah.
that. It is amazing.
Yes.
Oh.
You know, nothing's worse than you've got decent internet and then your headset goes, Marcia.
I know.
At least it wasn't me
I know.
that time.
Nope.
That's true.
Okay, researchers
Technology
are
bites us.
testing real driverless cars in a virtual environment to aid in the development, evaluation, and demonstration of safer, autonomous, or driverless vehicles. I think you can't kill anybody in virtual reality, right? Called a vehicle in
Well,
virtual
I don't know about that.
I've tried.
involves testing of driverless cars in a perfectly safe and realistic virtual reality environment. The researchers say that VVE can reduce the testing time and cost by a factor of 1,000 compared to real-world testing.
Whoa. As the world moves closer and closer to self-driving and automated transportation, the use of prototyping and testing in VR makes sense. Unfortunately, I think we are moving further and further away from those long promised flying cars, don't you?
Yeah.
No, I think actually it's going to help them happen because they will be automated too and safer that way.
Oh,
Oh,
look
So
out,
don't give up
seagulls.
hope.
Here I come. Okay.
The route?
so in AI
Oh,
news.
yeah, okay. Yes.
Oh, we want to hear, Laurel. Tell us about the AI news.
Yeah.
Again, technology gets in our way over and over again. The good old mute button. I'm actually, I don't know why. I only met him for about 15 minutes, but I consider Watson a friend. It's kind of, because it's just sentimentality. But in AI news, IBM Watson, famous for his gaming prowess on the game show Jeopardy and playing chess, has been rechristened Watson X as part of the enterprise level AI studio for new foundation models, generative AI and machine learning. You know, honestly, it was so wonderful. Years ago, I got to meet Watson and we had a conversation, and it was just, it was just 15 minutes of wonderfulness, and silliness too. I asked some challenging questions, and the developers were just laughing way too hard. Anyway, I've been waiting for his return, so I am thrilled that, well, still, again, this is designed for business. This was not meant for consumers, but it'll filter down, trickle down. I'm really excited to see where this long-studied and developed AI machine learning system is going to take us. And Watson
Boy,
is
me too.
Yeah.
truly an amazing
Yeah.
thing. So I'm glad Watson's back. Yay!
Yay.
There's Watson.
Well, an
There.
even more personable AI personal assistant has just been released by Anthropic, meant to help bring your creative visions to life. In a recent interview, it stated,
My knowledge and conversational abilities allow me to provide useful recommendations for interactive projects of all kinds. For educational simulations, I can suggest 3D assets and code snippets tailored to the subject matter. For architects, I can ideate on virtual city designs by referencing my architectural knowledge graph. And for fantastical spaces, I can extrapolate from various reference materials to offer creative new concepts.
Claude went on to reassure us that his goal to save your time and make the development process more dynamic, saying, I look forward to teaming up, whether you're building realistic or mystifying environments. Let me know if you need an intuitive AI partner for your next build.
Mm-hmm. A recent article by Analytics Insight explored the top 10 virtual reality software development tools for 2023. Maybe Claude will become one of them. Most of these you are familiar with, such as Unity, Unreal Engine, Blender, and A-Frame. But we wanted to explore some of the others on the list, specifically for world builders and modelers moving into professional development.
Maya is designed for professional and serious virtual world builders and 3D animators and modelers. This is not for the casual user. It's by Autodesk, and it starts at just under $2,000 a year, but so worth it for those in the business of metaverse and 3D modeling development. It's even being used by the film industry.
Wow. OpenVR SDK is an application program interface that serves as a layer between VR devices and applications, compatible with a wide range of VR hardware devices. Developers use it to integrate controls and features in their VR apps.
Like NVIDIA, Amazon's Submarian is gaining ground as a VR platform to develop high-quality VR experiences with multi-domain registration for gaming, education, and training, existing like an app or game for testing and development rather than in a social VR platform.
The eyewear beam head and eye tracking SDK is gaining much attention as a device support application for tracking a user's head and eyes with computer vision and machine learning algorithms. Again, this is for serious developers, but there's some related apps coming in to support metaverse world building experiences. So keep an eye out on these.
This past Wednesday, Maxwell McGee's Engaged episode featured the team from River, leaders in VR and AR development. They specialize in photogrammetry and digital twin reproduction for immersive training experiences. They're excellent.
Oh, yeah. If you weren't there, you missed out. They showed off their firefighting forensics demo experience at Engage, along with drone and camera filmed photogrammetry of car crashes and whole communities for what they're calling their River CSI Lab. I thought that was wonderful. They provide immersive training experiences for accident, police, and SWAT team scenarios. It was fascinating. They have this down at the bottom picture here is actually a whole English village, and that was used for sniper and protection services training to identify sniper locations and whatever event was going to happen. There was a government special event there, a global event or something in there, and they were going through and they were checking it for, because they could make it this huge so they could walk through the streets or shrink it down to use it as a diagramma. It was amazing.
Wow.
Nice.
That's fascinating for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They also showed off some of their state-of-the-art historical sites for their historical site photogrammetry. And they use that for education, they left us spellbound. We will share the video on our News and Updates Discord when it is released. It will be a must-see.
Oh, I bet.
Discord news. Anybody? Let's see. I guess we should cover Discord news.
Yes.
It's a big part of our lives in this
It
place
is.
right here.
That's for sure.
Discord, yes, for sure. Discord is essential to our VR communities and events just to stay in touch. After the closure of AltspaceVR, this was how our groups and friends stayed connected and hopefully thriving.
That's for sure. So Discord is working hard behind the scenes to better serve the communities and server hosts. They're releasing a new server guide to all communities to guide hosts and moderators for improving their Discord community, standards, policies, auto moderation, and especially their interactivity. It should be out soon, and we'll share the news with you when it arrives.
They also announced another sweep of, shall we call them criminal or near criminal servers on Discord, dedicated to child trafficking, drugs, and other evils. The safety team at Discord is constantly on the lookout, but they also need some help. If you see something, say something.
Yes, absolutely. Another safety improvement is the new opt-in parental control for teens called the Family Center. It's designed to make it easier for parents and guardians to track children's activities on Discord. It requires that both the adult and the teen set it up through the app, and the teen gives permission to the adult, which is an interesting twist.
Mm-hmm.
Laurel?
Think it'll work?
I don't know.
Difficulties.
You know, a lot of this doesn't work, but will this work? I'm not quite sure. You know, over and over again, we have seen not only firsthand reports, but also research on parental controls with social media and VR and so on, that most parents, they just don't have the technical ability nor the time to monitor their children. Honestly, it's a full-time job. You can barely keep up with your own, let alone trying to keep up with Marcia playing with her pointer and with other children's activities.
I was trying. You know what I was trying to do? I was trying to do thumbs up on the hand control.
No,
and you can't do it here. So sorry about that. I didn't mean to poke laser anybody in the eye there.
That's okay. But I just don't
Go ahead.
see that we have the technical ability to really monitor children. There needs to be a better way of doing this. But these attempts to have these parental controls are now required by most international laws. They've been required for a long time, but now the companies are finally getting around to it because the fines are being handed out. We're going to see what happens. I don't know. I just don't have much faith.
We shall
At least
see.
it's an attempt in the right direction.
Yes, that's true. At least they're trying something.
Yeah.
All right. Where's my favorite part? There it is. Fun stuff. Our news and updates team loves memes. That's memes, everybody. A lot of people say memes or memes, but it's memes. Okay. So, we love them. We love memes. We decided to share with you some of our favorites.
In our first one, we have the warning so commonly used before the turn of the century. Parents and grandparents would warn you not to sit too close to the TV as it will damage your eyes. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's the modern version with a VR headset right up against your eyeballs. We love that there are many versions of that meme.
Can I interject here?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the picture of the little boy looking at the TV. And if you just say 20 years later, that's him.
Yes.
After his mother's told him, don't get so close to the TV. That's him getting it even closer.
I love it. I love it.
That's hilarious. My parents told me that. Don't sit too close to the TV. Don't turn the lights out.
Yeah.
Well, the other one is titled A Great Way to Start a Beautiful Day by crawling out of bed, greeting the day, and putting on a headset. We so resemble that, don't we?
I know you do the same thing, don't you? I know it. Okay, the next one I absolutely love. It looks like our producer, Mark, when he's playing his favorite science fiction games. I just know that's what he looks like. He's sprawled across the floor, arms up, legs out, in his jammies. We know you look like that,
Oh.
Mark. Okay.
Oh, he is going to
Yeah,
me
yeah.
more you on that one.
I know. It's just too
Now-
perfect.
Now we know what he looks like when he's running around trying to kill us in Murder 4.
Yeah, there you go.
Now we have a real life image.
Superman pose. We just know it. Honestly, one of our greatest joys is picking on Mark because you know what, he picks back with a vengeance. So,
That's
trust us,
for sure.
it's equal time. It's equal time. But I swear that's a picture of Mark. We got him right there.
Okay. As a reminder, while it may seem silly, the Canadian judge's ruling on the thumbs up emoji officially now recognizes a legal agreement. Please be careful of thumbing in both social media and in VR. You never know what you may be signing up for.
And be careful trying to thumb up when your controller too, because you
or
laser
your
everybody.
pointer.
So,
Yeah.
there's various ways for using thumbs up.
But aren't you, since
this
last
one's
week's
interesting.
show, or since last week's show of this, aren't you now paranoid about using that thumbs up?
Oh, yeah.
It's now, I'm now like going, wait a minute, what am I agreeing to? Is
What
there
did you
money
just
involved?
agree
Is
to?
there- yeah, what am I
Right,
just agreeing to?
Yeah.
I think, and it's a good reminder. We need to be a little careful about when we say yes.
Yep, that's for sure.
Yeah, I
True
agree
in
to
many
sign up
things,
for
yes.
what?
Yeah.
What did I just sign up for? Okay. Well, last week we asked you to head out into our Discord and tell us about the craziest, wackiest VR game app that you've heard about, or maybe played too long, or maybe just played. Please send them our way. We'd love to showcase them on our upcoming show.
Yay.
Yeah,
It's that time.
I was thinking that thumbs up meant that they agreed with me about sharing them. So I was looking
Okay.
at that and thinking, okay, do you all agree? All right.
Sign them up.
Now for
contract.
events. Usually we share VR events and conferences in the real world or associated with our family and social VR platforms. The metaverse is a big place, so we are expanding our coverage of VR events.
Decentraland is one of the most popular blockchain VR platforms out there. Have you been in there recently? Some upcoming events include the Mesh Art Fair starting July 19th, a cycling competition that has already started, but anyone can jump in, the Climbing Wall Challenge, and July 15th starts the Unity Cafe's Music Festival with great DJs and singers to entertain you from around the world. Check the events out in Decentraland.
Wow.
Ah.
Spatial continues to be a great place to hang out and explore upcoming events there. Include the BMW Morad Meta Ride. This is something for you to race around in a motorcycle. Beautiful worlds and a great garden of avatars for you to explore. Change into instantly. Excuse me. The BMW race is getting some international attention, so check it out before they fill up.
Have you checked out the Engage Learning Room by Robert Vogel of UMZ and Educators in VR? It is open for you to explore at any time, and hopefully you will meet Robert there or his doppelganger AI. It's a great opportunity to stimulate your curiosity, enhance your skills, and fuel creativity in VR, especially to see the power of Engage XR.
Next week is the AI VR 2023 conference in Japan, the 7th annual International Conference on Artificial Intelligence and VR, attended by global researchers, scientists, engineers, and developers. They are also expecting some top-level keynote speakers in the industry who are setting standards and pushing boundaries in AI and XR.
The potential for AI and XR is great, which is why we have a section produced by Steph every week covering the intersection of AI and XR to keep us informed and up to date. We expect to see some announcements from the conference and we'll definitely share them here.
Remember, Educators in VR and the News and Update show are taking a break in August. We're working hard on improvements to the studio, the show in general, and preparing for the coming year with even more great news and updates for you. We will be back about the second or third week of September, so join our Discord to stay updated in the meantime.
Mm-hmm. We've got so much work. We're going to try to take some breaks during that, but we got a lot of work ahead of us. Educators in VR produces the show and with Mark and over 800 VR educational events annually. So check out their event schedule and their website at educatorsinvr.com and the schedule here on Engage for more information.
We know you are attending some great events across the metaverse. Please share your events and news you find about social VR and the metaverse with us. You can add them to our Share Your Events and News channel in our News and Updates Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I can't believe we got through all the news today. Amazing.
It was a lot.
Thank you guys for joining us today. You know, we film this show here in our studio live on Fridays and repeat it with a spatial recording every Saturday. We love keeping you updated on what's happening in the metaverse, and it helps keep us updated as well.
It's kind of exciting being in the know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I'm in 3D is Karen, and we can applaud you. So here we go.
Yay! Yay!
And stay for our discussion after the show ends, and we can applaud each other. We'll be talking about your favorite VR hardware and the purchases you made from the Prime sales, favorite VR games and apps, the latest update to Quest, and other fun and informative topics. We record the discussion on YouTube, so stick around.
Please join our News and Updates Discord to keep up with the news announcements we make throughout the week. And subscribe to our News and Updates YouTube channel. We are working on getting our live stream working again soon. So stay tuned. Soon it'll happen. Yeah.
Our news comes from all over the place. And some days I feel like this list gets longer and longer, but it's a pretty tight list because there aren't that many sources that are out there, you know, they really have up-to-date information on the metaverse and all the equipment and everything. So we are so grateful to them for their excellent reporting. So please join us in thanking just a few and visit Mixed News, Ryan Schultz, CNN, Level 80, Forbes, Road to VR, TechCrunch, Wired, Verge, The Guardian, Business Insider, Blender Nation, Unity, Upload VR, Scout VR, Financial Times, and just so many more. It's amazing.
We love our news and updates community. You are the best. Consider joining us here in Engage, and especially by volunteering. During our hiatus, we are planning to make changes here in the studio and to the show in preparation for the fall. If you would like to join us, talk to our team. We'd love to have you on board.
Yes, we sure would. You know, we love our volunteers and our community. You guys are the reason we do this every week. And please remember, you are not alone. Stand tough, stand up, and most of all, in these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay!
We did a thing! We did a thing!
I was waiting for it. That's good. All right, so the spatial recording can stop. Thank you for the people who are recording that. And we're going to unmute everyone here and allow you to unmute and ask a question. Everybody should be amplified, and the video is going to continue on as we do this. Are you okay?
What was that?
What was that?
Sorry.
Oh, it stands the trees.
It sounded like a little mouse squeak.
Did you step on somebody?
It's here.
Okay. All right, breathe. Now I want to let you know, because many of you know already, that Lance had his Discord hacked in the last couple days, and it is not very common. But somebody shared a link that he trusted. He trusted the person, he trusted the link, and it caused a problem. So please, y'all know, don't click anything unless you triple check. And I often will triple check, but you know, things happen. So his computer's fine, but he has now a new Discord account, and we are working on it. And this is so for those of you who know him, but this is also advice going forward for other people. And Stans, you're echoing. Just a little tiny hint. Please unfriend somebody who you've heard who've had their account hacked. That's the first thing. Unfriend them. Every DM you have with them, if you are the owner of that DM, if you're the one who started it, remove them. You can always add them back under the new account, or if you need to report it, obviously to Discord, they're working on it. If he gets his account back, then it would be restored. You can always add them back in, but remove them from every DM, because when we're on our DMs, we're really trusting and we say things other people have no business knowing. But if you are a server owner, please not only remove that person's account, make sure you've removed all the roles, remove them, but also block them. And also as a person, block them, and as off the servers, block them. You can always unblock. You can always re-add them as a friend. It's a pain in the ass. And I have over almost 45 minutes invested in removing Lance from everything. So it takes time, but it is easier than having your wallet stolen. That takes months to do. It depends on your level of interactivity. So I know Karen and I and Lance are on a chat for doing some work together, and I removed Lance from it, but we need to but if I'm not the owner of that group, we need to make sure that, and the owner on a DM is recognized as a crown over their head.
Lorel,
this applies to everyone.
Rich and I were talking about this after it happened on our walk yesterday. And, we were saying that if we get, a DM from a friend and there's a link in there, we're just going to click on the link, right? We don't think twice about it. And you're in a hurry. When you look at your messages in Discord, you're in a hurry. Someone says, oh, hey, check this cool thing out. You click on the link without thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
especially
easy
if it's
and that's what they're
So,
counting on. And that's what they're counting on. And it's really tough when the link includes the words Google or Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and you're not looking at the whole link to see it's actually twitter.garbage. Whatever. And, we just have to pay attention, but we also need to make sure your computers are backed up. You have all kinds of savings. But here's one more Discord tip. Everyone get the two-factor authentication. Everyone. By the time after you leave, get on Discord and do that. Do that to everything you do. Discord goes even further. This is why this is a very rare thing to happen on Discord for a lot of people, is that it's really well protected, it's well modded, and it's easy to report. They also have, in addition to the two-factor authentication, they also have backup security codes, authorization codes. So please go into your settings for yourself, go into the security and privacy, and copy those codes. If you set up the two-factor authentication, it is saved to your computer. Well, when Lance, if he'd done that when he first set up his account, he's now on a different computer. So they're not saved anymore. Make sure you generate new ones. And what I do is I will select and copy it, and I will put it in a special place. I'll even print it out sometimes so that it's not even sitting on a computer. I'll delete the file. And it's just 6-letter codes, just random alphanumeric codes. You have 10 of them or so. And you can use any one of those to get back into your account. But what happens
is you could only use it once, I think.
Yeah, and then you generate a new one.
Then
you just generate new ones. You can use all 10, one at a time. You got 10 or 12 of them, and then you regenerate a new list of codes at any time you want. Just make sure that you preserve those, and then that will allow you to get back control, because this person changed the email right away. And without that email address, you can't get in. And they changed the password, and then they changed the email. So you have a way of getting in through those codes. So just, think about that. But it's much more high security than most of the stuff we're using every day. And we're using that stuff, all these things, Twitter, hopefully not. I hope you're all off Twitter. I didn't say that out loud, but Twitter's sad right now. But whatever you're using, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, whatever it is, just please make sure that you back everything up and that you have those securities, and make sure that you have virus stuff, all malware and everything, protection on your computers. It's just the world we live
An
in.
update whenever you get a high sign that you've got an update coming. Use it.
Yeah. The updates
Mhm.
often have security fixes in it, not just, I hear from so many people, I'm not updating this because then I'll have to relearn. Most updates now, they don't change the interface at all. They're security updates. So update, update, update. All right. So anyway, anyone else have anything else to add? I just wanted to put that out as kind of a social, let's be aware,
Mhm.
play nice,
Public
and make sure
service
you remove
announcement.
Lance's public service announcement. Make sure you remove Lance from everything except his new account.
Did
Anyone
you say
have
what his
anything
new
else?
account is?
Lance VR, and the old one is Lance Whiskey. And we hopefully will get the old one back. Hopefully we'll get the old one back.
Yeah.
The new one
Questions?
is Lance Wusky 3D.
3D.
It's the
3D,
capital
okay.
3D
Sorry,
next
3D.
to it. That's
Oh, it's
that's the
Karen
one I
VR.
know.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen's now Karen VR.
Yeah.
Any other comments? You should be able to unmute. Shout out.
Nobody
I'll sing
talked
a
all at
dance.
once.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think we
well
talk
then.
too much.
Yeah, I know.
We,
All
What
right.
are we shouting
so
out?
Do you have a question, a comment, thoughts? This
Oh,
is
no.
open discussion time.
No,
You have
not
no
really.
thoughts. Darren, it doesn't surprise me.
Well, I do, but I mean, it's
I'm sorry, teasing.
I
I
have to give
know.
a shout out to Darren's Worlds, and Darren has 8 worlds, Goonie worlds. They're all interconnected in
They're in
Horizon.
In Horizon, okay.
Yeah, they are. So we went last week with a group of people from cadets, and everybody had a fantastic time. And some people were saying it reminded them of AltSpace. It was nostalgic and reminded them of AltSpace. So if you haven't seen Darren's Worlds and Horizon, you really need to go over there and see him. He did a fantastic job on them.
Darren, how can they
Thank you,
find
Karen.
your
particular
Horizon?
address? Yeah.
yeah. Just look for a Goonies Adventure. That's the title of all the same worlds together. So it'll be a
Excellent.
Goonies Adventure 1 through 8, and then 2 through 8, and 3 through 8, and so on.
And then you're
And
doing
right now,
a sliding thing?
yeah, I'm sort of a giant logs you go through. It's hard to explain, but you go through these logs, then you dip and it stops, and you jump onto the next log, and you keep going, jump into the next log until you get to the bottom. So I'm just starting building that right now. I have to put the sound effects, I have to put the animation, and I have to put something in the bottom, and it's probably take at least 4 or 5 days to get all put together.
Are the sound
Wow.
effects include not only splashes but also screams, or is that those supplied by the users going?
Those would be the screams of the users. I'll have splashes. I got the script that can put splashes in. As you go from one, you'll splash into the next one. Next. It's perfect for the summer because it's going to be feeling like a cool.
It sounds cool.
That's kind of why I like that.
Years ago there was an area near I live. I lived on the coast of Puget Sound in the Pacific Northwest, and they'd bring in the huge logs, huge log rafts of logs. I mean, thousands and thousands of logs loosely kind of wedged together, and they'd float them in this very. When the tide was low, they sat on mud, and the tide would come up, and then there'd be 10, 20 feet of water. But as kids, we used to think it was nothing to jump from log to log and actually cross over what normally would have taken like 5 to 10 miles to drive. We could just, we just went over a half mile or so of logs to get over to another beach. Thought nothing of it. And when the adults found out, they about killed us because it takes nothing to drop off those logs, and they smash together and you're toast. So, but it wasn't dangerous to us. It was just part of our childhood fun. We're stupid when you're young. So it just reminded me of, but it was fun. We loved it. We just,
and you may not get any older.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see that. That'll be really fun. How fun.
Mhm.
Anyone else have anything fun they want to announce or share that they've been working on?
Stay tuned. My Anishinaabe World in VR chat is getting a sweat lodge.
Yay!
lovely.
Ooh.
And I'm
I'm
so
so
proud
proud.
right now is not
I
my
am
idea.
so proud of myself.
Yeah.
For the very first time, I created my own 3D model, very first 3D model in Blender. I'm so proud of myself.
Nice!
Congratulations.
Well
Yay.
done.
Yay.
Well done.
Way to go.
Yeah.
I'll give you a thumbs up, but actually I just realized we
you-
could do thumbs up and,
You
Yeah.
can. Yeah, you can.
big
Yeah.
time.
You might be agreeing
Yeah.
to something.
Yeah, just be careful. Yeah. Dave,
Nothing new.
nothing
There's a
new.
thumbs up.
Well, I want to ask you while we're here, in the last couple minutes here, I'd like to know what's going on with all the beautiful, beautiful stereoscopic worlds.
Yeah.
Ah.
What's
Well,
going
he just
on?
loaded one.
Yeah, where are they? What's going on? What's the thing?
Oh, well, there's a hub. If you do a search in VR chat for 3D stereo, you can go to the 3D
Mhm.
stereo hub and that will take you to all the others, or you can just do a search on me and see my worlds.
Neat.
And I have,
But he-
I forget how many I have in there now, 6 or 7.
He just
Wow.
added a new one recently that's really, really nice.
Yeah.
With
New
AI.
We
AI.
saw
It
that
is.
too.
It is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
It is.
Bruno's really cranking them out. It's just amazing. I can't keep up with him. So some of the ones that he's doing lately are just phenomenal. Far exceed the quality of the ones that he's done before.
Wow.
So what?
Is that thanks to doing it in
They
Engage,
are.
or has he just gotten that much
It's in
better at
VR
his
chat.
craft?
Well,
They're in VR.
VR chat.
Bruno posts his pictures in Facebook, and then he sends them to me, and I put them in VR chat.
No,
Ah.
it's not the. Where are the worlds at?
In
VR
VR
chat.
chat.
VR
VR
chat.
chat.
Okay,
VR
okay,
chat.
they're in VR chat. Okay, so you put them in.
Mhm.
Okay, now that makes sense.
Yep.
I kind of lost track of the secular path of the thing. Cool. Yeah. We have some really exciting platforms and worlds that we're going to be touring across different platforms coming up for the educators in VR. I'm talking to Andy Fidel to give us a special tour of Rec Room and of Yunji
Oh.
for Monoverse, and we have some really,
Oh, neat.
really exciting stuff. So get ready. Next year is going to be just amazing, but we need people to help make that happen. So please join us, join our team to make these things, happen and bring this joy to everyone. So I want to thank you all for being here, and to Mark and Karen and Lance and Stands with Trees and Marcia and Steph and Ancient and you know who all
And
of you
Laurel.
are. Thank you.
And Laurel.
And
Thank you.
Laurel.
Thank you. For helping to make this all happen. It does take a village to do this, and we're really looking forward to what we're going to be doing coming up in the fall. So come join us and help out. All right, thank you all. We will see you
And bring your
tomorrow.
friends. Bring
Yeah,
your
Always
friends.
bring your friends. Bring your
enemies,
friends.
and your enemies and your lovers.
Yeah,
and your
you can stay on
ex-lovers
the
and
other
your
side of the
haters.
room.
Yay. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Cue